51, deduction under section 80 TTA. Okay, deduction under section 80 TTA. Be attentive. Remember and repeat: interest on savings account.
On savings account.
Normally for all the other deductions, no, don't repeat. Normally for all the other deductions, you have to make some payments or investments, or you have to become handicapped. For all other payments are to be done, investments are to be done, or either you have to be handicapped or you should be suffering from certain specified disease. Then you get the other deductions. This is the only deduction which you get on earning an amount. Interest on savings account. Up to rupees 10,000 is allowed as deduction under section 80 TT. Okay, you can say it is in short exempt from tax. Whatever interest on savings account you earn up to rupees 10,000 indirectly becomes exempt from tax. So if you receive less than 10,000 of interest, it is fully exempt. And if you receive more than 10,000 of interest on savings account only, not fixed deposit account, no other accounts. Savings account interest up to 10,000 you get deduction of 80 TT. In case if you have kept in a bank. If you have kept it in post office, we have post office savings bank account also. Then in a single account, you get exemption and deduction of 3,500. And if it's a joint account, in the name of you, your spouse, your children, and even joint account, then you get deduction up to 7. Okay, so here you don't have to make any payment. If you receive interest on savings account, you get deduction of 80 TTA. In case of savings, normal savings bank account, the deduction is up to rupees, maximum limit 10,000. And in post office savings bank account, in a single account, 3,500, and in a joint account, 7,000. Is everyone clear with this? So look at it. Individual or HUF, below that write down interest on savings account. Like everywhere we have written the keywords, you get deduction for what purpose. So this 80 TTA, below that write down interest on savings account will get you this deduction. You don't have to make any payment, you just have to receive interest on savings account. Deposits, not being time deposits. Not being time deposits means fixed deposits are not allowed. I told you savings bank account only. Placed with a banking company or a cooperative society engaged in carrying on business of banking, including a cooperative land mortgage bank or cooperative land development bank, and third also post office. All the three are included. What is the deductions, terms and conditions? Only interest on savings account, and like that qualifies for the deduction. What is the maximum limit? 10,000. Below that write down POSB. What is that? Post office savings bank. Below that 3,500 in bracket single account. Below that 7,000 in bracket joint account. Okay. Now finally, what will be the taxable amount? Sorry, deduction amount. Interest on savings account or 10,000, whichever is less. And in case of post office savings bank, interest on savings account or 3,500, whichever is less. Joint account, interest on savings account or 7,000, whichever is less. Any confusions in this? And let us see 80U also. Last deduction. 80EE we'll see later on, and there is no question done in college on that, but only theoretically short note can be asked. 80U, resident individual. Now below that, right? Now when do you get 80DD? Handicap dependent relative. Okay, when do you get 80DD? B? Non-handicap? Self and relative. Means even if you are suffering from a specified disease, you get 80 DDB. And if your relatives will there include spouse, children, parents, brothers, sisters. Even if they are suffering from specified disease, you will get 80 DDB. But 80 DDD you get it for self. 80 DD you get only for dependent, handicap, relative. Two payments are only included. One is you spend medical expenditure on the treatment of that person. Second is you deposit the amount with UTI or LIC for the maintenance of such a person. So if you yourself are handicapped, just suppose, if the assessee himself is handicapped, then he will get which deduction? 80U. Is everyone clear with it? And one more condition is there. You cannot claim two deductions from the income tax. Suppose Mr. X and his brother Mr. Y. Now, Y is handicapped. Mr. X and his brother Y. Who is handicapped? Y. If X claims DDB for Y, Y cannot claim ATU. Because then for the same purpose, you are claiming deduction from the government two times. X is also claiming the deduction and Y is also claiming the deduction. So either Y claims deduction under section ATU or X claims under AT. Now who will claim the deduction? If Y is having his own income, then he will claim the deduction. And he is not in that case dependent upon X. And if Y is not having his own income, then he is dependent upon X. Then for that person who will claim the deduction, X will claim the deduction. As such, then he becomes dependent. But the rule is, if that person has claimed ATU, you cannot claim for that person ATDD. Is everyone of you clear with this? Now, what was the deduction in ATDD? Sorry, ATDD? 75,000 and severe disability? Same deduction here. That's why I said double deduction cannot be allowed. So amount is same. Okay. And it's fixed amount. It's not the maximum. It is fixed. If the assessee is handicapped, automatically he gets 75,000 of deduction. He does not have to make any payment. He has to just break some of his body parts. Resident individual. That one below that, handicap assessee. Below that, right, handicap assessee. Income of a person who is totally or partially blind. More than 40% disability should be there. Partially blind means 50%. Okay. Suffers from physical disability and is subject to mental retardation. In the first year of claim, assessee has to produce medical certificate from the doctor working in a government hospital. Now the rule is changed. In fact, you have to renew the certificate also every year because of advancement of technology, the things can be cured also. So you have to renew the certificate also. Earlier that was not the clause. Only in first year you are required to submit the certificate. But now the government has changed it. Maybe some people would have claimed it even after getting cured. So renewal is also required. Maximum limit instead of 50, make the correction 75,000. And in the last column also make it 75,000 or 1,25,000 if disability is over 80%. So all are clear with this? Look at page number 55. Lastly, we have done question number 10. So look at question number 11. Clear? X is underlined totally blind, completely blind. What is the maximum? Below that, write ATU. This itself indicates you'll get ATU. Underline totally blind and write ATU. And what is the amount you will get for deduction? 1,25,000. Totally blind means more than 80% disability. So 1,25,000. Determine his net income for the assessment year 17 to 18. Salary from publishing house for working as an artist gross 4,96,000. This will come income from salary. Special allowance from the employer 1,07,000. So that will also come in salary income. Transport allowance for commuting between office and residence, instead of 19,200 make it 38,400. And do you remember the exemption of transport allowance? Conveyance allowance, transport allowance last year, what was the exemption? It was 1,600 per month. And for handicapped people, orthopedically handicapped people, it was 3,200 per month. Here it will be 3,200 per month exempt. What is 3,200 into 12? So full amount becomes exempt. Okay. Transport allowance was exempt for 1,600 per month for a non-handicapped person and 3,200 per month for handicapped. Here the person is handicapped, totally blind. So 3,200 into 12, 38,400 will become exempt. In short, the amount will become cash award received from the government. Make a line up to 1,10,000. Cash awards received from the government are exempt under section 10. Fully exempt, whatever amount it is, even if it is in crores. If you have received any award from the government, scholarships, cash awards received from the government, they are exempt from tax under section 10. So this 1,10,000 will also become fully. Remuneration for setting question paper. Where will you include this? Income from other sources. Interest on debentures. Make a line that 12,000. Remuneration is 12,000. Make a line up to 12,000. Interest, make a line up to 71,000. Where will you include this interest on debentures? Income from other sources. Capital gain when you buy and sell. Interest is income from other sources. Dividends from a foreign company, make a line up to 11,200. What did we study about dividends in the last year? Yes? Indian company exempt from tax, unlike foreign company. It is taxable. Okay, dividend from an Indian company is exempt from tax, but this is a foreign company, so it is taxable. Make a line up to 11,200, that is income from other sources. What would you do with collection charges of question paper setting remuneration 1100, make a line up to 1100? We studied this in the last year. Collection charges, interest on borrowed capital, depreciation, they all are subtracted from income from other sources. So collection charges will be subtracted from, what was the remuneration for setting question paper? 12,000 minus collection charges, 1100. So your income is only 12,000 minus 1100, 9,000. Sorry, 10,000, 900. Contribution towards recognized provident fund. Anjali, ATC, 80ATC. Payment of insurance premium on life of Mrs. X, sum assured 50,000, write down date, policy issued 2009. Policy issued 2009. Bhumi? Mark it as ATC, maximum amount. What is 50,000's 20%? Before 2012 policy is issued. 50,000's 20%? 10,000. So we will not take 12,500, we will take 10,000. Contribution to Prime Minister's National Relief Fund. Now, contribution to Prime Minister's National Relief Fund is a donation. And I told you donation qualifies for which deduction? 80G. In college, they have included this in practical. But in theory, they have written for information purpose only. So, as I said to you yesterday also, if 80G comes, mark it as 80G, that is donation. You simply take the respective amount. There are not many conditions, but they are not done in college in detail. So most probably if they give you 80G's deduction, then same amount you have to take it as deduction without bothering about any maximum limits. Okay, so directly in 80G we will take 11,800. Any kind of donations come, you assume it's 80G and take it as actual amount what is given. So any confusions in this question? We have to find up till net income. Tax liability is not asked. Okay, page 55. Question 11. Mr. X. Previous year 16 to 17. Assessment year 17 to 18. Table showing net income. Hit the format everyone. Who all is making it? Completed? Moini, how will we start? Income from salary. Yes, silence now. Yes, first we'll mention that salary from publishing house. Inner column 4,96,000. Further, special allowance 1,07,000. Further, now transport allowance, all of you write it in inner column 38,400 minus exempt 3,200 into 12, 38,400. So outer column nil. Is everyone clear with this? No other salary income. So 6,03,000. Okay, 6,03,000. Any doubts up till here? Then directly we have income from other sources. Only all comes under income from other sources. Income from other sources. First is cash award received from the government. Full amount is exempt. In bracket under section 10. Is everyone clear with this? Remuneration of setting question papers. Inner column 12,000 minus, what do we have to deduct from this? Collection charges. From remuneration of setting question papers, we have to deduct collection charges 1,100. So income is 10,900. Are you all clear with this? Then contribution towards, interest on debentures 71,000. Then dividend from foreign company 11,200. That's another income from other sources. So 93,100 and 6,96,100 gross total income. Is everyone clear with this? Any doubt up till here? Then, Shalini, less deductions under section 80C to 80E. Yes, further. First, 80C, contribution to RBF 62,000, life insurance premium of wife 50,000, 20% before 1/4/12, so maximum 10,000. That's it. Any other deduction marked as 80C? So 72,000. Further, maximum limit. What is maximum limit? 1,50,000. So outer column minus 72,000. Is everyone clear with this? Then Priyank, 80G. Directly after 80C, we have 80G. Contribution to Prime Minister's National Relief Fund. And we'll directly take the amount what is given, 11,800. But today you are present. After this, what will we take? No, in 80G there is no maximum. We will take 11,800 only. Next which deduction? In the beginning, totally blind, what did I make you write? 80. Don't forget that. Because that comes in the beginning. There is no payment required for that. Okay, because here X is blind, he is going to get also reduction of 80U. Okay. Here no payment is required. So simply you will mention severe disability is there, or else you simply mention disability. So 1,25,000 fixed deduction, 1,25,000. Any confusion in this? Now minus this all. 696,100 minus 72 minus 11,800 minus 1,25,000. 487? 300. That is net income. Tax liability is not asked. So, did everyone understand this question? Any doubt in it? Look at question number 16. We'll discuss it and you'll solve it on your own. Be ready. 15. Cancel because it's a repetition of 17th question which you had done in homework already. So, 16th question I'll discuss and you'll be doing it on your own, then I'll do it on the board. Be ready. Page 56. From the following information, find out the taxable income and tax liability of Mr. Shastri, aged 61 years. 61. Serious. A resident individual, tax liability is asked. So when you count the tax, be careful. Up to? Senior citizens up to 3 lakhs is exempt. No tax. Then 3 lakhs to 5 lakhs, 10%. For super senior citizens, it's up to 5 lakhs. Now, two incomes are there: salary 7,20,000, interest on debentures 27,000. He makes the following investments or deposits or payments during the previous year 16 to 17. So, Himalaya, deposit under senior citizen savings scheme, 80C. Then Supriya, 5-year time deposit in post office savings account, 80C. Okay, we studied these schemes in 80C. Life insurance policy taken in 2011. On his own life sum assured 1 lakh. Dushyant, 80C. And what is the maximum? Yes, so you will take actual amount only 10,000. Because what is 1 lakh's 20%? Yes, 1 lakh's 20% is how much? 1 lakh's 20%. 20,000. So 10,000 will be allowed as it is. Is everyone clear with this? Then, Mediclaim insurance premium on life of wife, aged 61 years, paid by cash. So, Prerna, right? Yes, and then paid by cash and put cross. He will not get any deduction. Mediclaim insurance premium paid for own, not down, make it own. Life, see, own life by check. Pushti, 80D. And what is the maximum limit? 30,000. Senior citizen, 61 years. So what is the maximum limit? 30,000. And he is having only one self-occupied property for his own residential purpose. And interest liability for previous year 16 to 17 was 2,80,000. So this will qualify for 80EE. Let us read 80EE first. Page number 50. Be rendered. Individual. Interest on loan taken for residential house property. See, normally this interest, if you claim in house property itself under section 24, then you don't get benefit of this 80EE. Means same interest you cannot claim two times. Either you claim the benefit of this interest in house property, or you claim the benefit of this interest in 80EE. Did everyone understand this? Loan should be taken from a financial institution. Financial institution is a bank or a housing finance company. The loan is sanctioned in the financial year, make it 16 to 17. Means for our purpose. I am making the correction because our assessment year is going to be 17 to 18 previous year. So our loan should be sanctioned in 16 to 17. Only in the first year you get this benefit. Okay. Loan does not exceed, make it 35 lakhs. Loan amount should not be more than 35 lakhs. The value of property does not exceed, make it 50 lakhs. Okay, loan 35 lakhs, property's value 50 lakhs. Then only you get this deduction. Means you should not be very rich person. The assessee does not own any other house property on the date of sanction of loan. This is your only house property, means you should be otherwise staying on rent. Maximum limit instead of 1 lakh, now they have decreased it to 50,000, make it 50,000. So what is the deduction amount? Interest amount, or instead of 1 lakh, make it 50,000, whichever is less. Rest completely cancelled, no other provisions are there. Simply interest amount or 50,000, whichever is less. Rest completely cancelled. Means what is it given? If interest is exceeding 1 lakh, then balance can be claimed in. Now nothing is allowed in this year. If interest is more than 50,000, then also maximum limit 50,000, and you get the deduction only the first year of sanction of loan. Every year it's not allowed. Second year onwards you will claim it in house property only. Generally the construction period is longer, so in the first year you get this particular deduction. Okay. And if you don't claim it here, then also no problem. Then you get pre-construction periods benefit in house property. So anyhow you will be claiming the deduction. Okay. Now last point of question 16. He is having only one self-occupied property for his own residential purpose, and interest liability for previous year 16 to 17 was 2,80,000. So what is the maximum limit? 50,000. And we assume that loan is sanctioned in the current year itself. Is everyone clear with this? So 80EE, mark it 80EE, and what is the maximum limit you will get? 50,000. Anyone having any doubt on this? We assume the other conditions are satisfied.